Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Well, damn. Kelsey Mitchell just wandered into our circle, our safe space, our circle of safety, opened up her suitcase, and it was a nuke. She dropped that suitcase nuke right smack in the middle of the Indiana Fever fan base. This is absolutely wild. Wow. Okay, hold on. There we go. I got it now. Caitlin Clark's all-star teammate drops cryptic comments amid 2026 WNBA free agency. Kelsey Mitchell, what are you doing? As soon as I saw this tweet, I was like, fireworks. Of course, I upgraded it to a suitcase nuke, but this is wild and it kind of pisses me off because when you do stuff like this, and y'all know it, you may have even done it yourself. You're doing it for a specific reason. You know that it's something that there's going to be speculation. It's going to get interpreted different ways from different people, and it's going to cause a whole lot of problems. And you know it when you do it. And that's probably part of the reason you do it. And you say things in a certain way. And we'll get to it in a second. And it's bad. But anyway, let's get down to this. We've got it down here. So Kelsey Mitchell on X Monday dropped a cryptic tweet amid 2026 WNBA free agency. Not really sure why they had to say amid free agency. We're not actually in free agency yet because, well, there's no CBA. But she'll be unrestricted. It can be court again. I don't know if there's going to be something in the CBA that will change that, that will, make that so, hey, there's no more court. I would think you couldn't do that this year, maybe going forward, even though 2026 would be with a new CBA. We shall see. But here you go. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Man, that is, I'm trying to say this nicely, it's just one of the dumbest things you could possibly put out there. And I'm sorry, I've heard Kelsey Mitchell speak enough times to know that she is smart enough to know that putting this out there is going to cause a lot of problems. And if it's about free agency or this, that, it's about the Fever organization, whatever it is. You saw here with Stephanie White. I mean, she was the number one priority a year ago, and she's the number one priority this year. She has been so important. I said this last year. Kelsey deserves to go through this stage of her Indiana Fever career. She has been through the worst of the worst, and she has showed up like a pro every day. And we know in repeated interviews that this Stephanie White would divorce to be with Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, that's kind of a joke. I'm just going over top to make the point that no one's a bigger fan of Kelsey Mitchell and letting Kelsey be 100% Kelsey on the court, even at times to the detriment of the team, than Stephanie White. So it would be odd to me if this was about the Fever organization and leaving the Indiana Fever, because I don't think Kelsey Mitchell, unless she's really, really worried about what happens to the offense when Caitlin Clark comes back and that she is going to be less, I don't think Kelsey Mitchell could be in a better place than having Stephanie White as her coach. I think Stephanie White as Kelsey Mitchell's coach for the type of player Kelsey Mitchell is the best thing for her in the WNBA. We talked Amber Cox has glazed her. I mean, the Fever front office and the Fever coach have been 100% on Kelsey Mitchell is everything, and we actually prefer her to Caitlin Clark. But this is going to light things up, and we're going to get to things here in a minute. And I said it here. It's true. I wasn't calling that to Kelsey Mitchell. I was actually responding to this one. It says, word to the wise. Now, those jumping to conclusions here are more words to the wise. Okay, that's not really. Some people take no mental exercise apart from jumping to conclusions. A dumbass cryptic posts like this invite it, which is my point. People are going to jump to conclusions because you're saying stuff like this. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Why would you put that out there? Why would you say something like that other than to cause a mess? And where some people have gone, and I cannot disagree with them, is throwing it right back at Kelsey Mitchell and say, your entire family has been a hot mess, has been absolutely nasty and disgusting repeatedly. and clearly to Caitlin Clark. And Kelsey Mitchell has been 100% silent on it, never addressed it, never told him to back off, never told him to stop, which should have been done publicly. So people say, you have shown us who you are, Kelsey Mitchell, and you are someone who, despite the talk, you are not a supporter of Caitlin Clark. You do not like Caitlin Clark. You will use her to boost your performance, but you don't like her. That is what a lot of Fever fans have gotten from that. And this adds fuel to that fire, or as I said earlier, a suitcase nuke to that fire. By the way, because I wanted to dig into this so quickly, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Of course, shout out to the 19. So, yeah, so you're coming to Yep, WNBA has shown people who they are. Yeah, so you're going to get stuff like that too. They're just going to talk about the entire league. But here we go. But wasn't the people in your circle being messy on Facebook, I think also on X, get saying Caitlyn looked like a man, or am I mistaken? I don't know if that specifically was said, but I know they were 100% nasty to Caitlin Clark in general. And by the way, Kelsey Mitchell, very well, she's close with her family, but she's got a twin sister. A twin, I'm sorry. I always assume that because there are the mix. Believe it's her brother, right? Oh man, now I'm losing my mind. But I think yeah, isn't she one of those rarer ones? Was a brother as a twin, or does she just have a? I know she's got a brother and sister. Anyway, my point being, they're very, very close. And I will say again, if it were me, and I think a lot of people, because we've kind of talked about this briefly before, if you're the player, if you're Caitlin Clark's teammate, and your family is doing that, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, that's not Kelsey Mitchell, and she has no." No, I'm sorry. If my family was doing that and I said, "Knock it the f off," they are stopping. And if they are not stopping, I'm making it very clear publicly that I disagree and I back my teammate and my friend 100%. We got none of that from Kelsey Mitchell, which says what? That she agrees. Now, do I know that she is? No, I'm walking you through what a lot of Fever fans are thinking because that is natural. Say, okay, well, you didn't do anything to stop what your family is saying about your teammate. Therefore, you agree with your teammate. I mean, that's a logical conclusion to draw. This is about Unrivaled. I won't get into that, but people went after that. Unrivaled hasn't even started. It's bizarre. Please, y'all should leave our Kelsey alone. I'm sorry. No one was doing anything to Kelsey. She came on and put on this tweet, and now people are going to apply it, right? So here you go. Does that apply to you and your sister? This is what. So now we've got all this stuff going on. These fans on all sides are terrible. Um, little advice: don't ever bite the hands that feed you. So again, that's an assumption of Caitlin Clark. Um, I'm not sure if there are any more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Your family crying all the time when Cece has only praised you. Exactly. And they're like, listen, is this basketball related? It might not even be basketball related. So my whole point on is this is a huge mistake by Kelsey Mitchell. And yeah, people will get mad. I know I've got some people who are really touchy. If I say anything negative about anyone else to do with the Fever, they unsubscribe and they're gone. And what am I going to do? I've praised Kelsey repeatedly and said she's the best shooting guard in the WNBA. And so when I feel she deserves criticism, I have to be honest about that as well. And for me, this was a huge misstep, a huge mistake for Kelsey Mitchell to put this out there because it just causes a lot of problems that it's just completely unnecessary, Kelsey Mitchell. Because, yeah, my thought is your family, absolutely as nasty as anyone toward Caitlin Clark, and you never did anything about it. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, my thought is big mistake by Kelsey Mitchell. Shouldn't have done this. Shouldn't have put this out there. Should delete it because you're just going to get a lot of people, as you see where it's starting. People who are going to be irrationally defend her, like that's their impulse, and other people are just say, "Yeah, f you and your family because you did nothing. Then you showed us who you are by not defending Caitlin Clark, by not telling your family to stop." Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video. As always, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.